afternoon, good evening. I guess that depends on what part of the country or the world you are in. Your girl is getting dressed, got to throw my wig on to get ready. I'm on call, on standby. Y'all pray they don't send me overseas. I don't want to go overseas this weekend. Y'all watch them send me overseas. Oh, y'all know I'm going to post pictures and tell y'all all about it. Y'all know my normal spiel. I can't wait for anybody to come on. You have to come on and catch this video whenever you can. So, y'all know I always have a title. I always have a topic. And yesterday's topic was kind of heavy, right? Because yesterday we talked about depression, how to handle depression and how to win, how to beat and fight depression, right? So today I want to encourage you on something totally different. I want to encourage you and tell you why you still single. This is the reason why you're single. So the Lord had to give it to me. I told you, I'm like a funnel. I get wet. The Lord pours things into me and I pour it out. But in the process, I get wet. The Lord calls me a funnel. That's with the good and the bad. Child, the good and the bad. Normally when I tell y'all something, because I done experienced it, went through it, or currently going through it. Hey y'all, hey everybody who came on to watch. So the title is, this is why you're still single. This is why you're single. The reason why you're single is because of my shirt. B-O-S-S. Boss. Right? Y'all like, okay, Shay, here you go. Shay be going, I'll be left field with stuff. But I hope by the time I break it down and explain it to you that it helps you understand me better. The reason why you cannot find or haven't been able to be found by, if you're a woman, that special someone purposely ordained for God for your life is because you a boss. And I know y'all like, Shay, what that got to do with being single? Let me tell you what that has to do with being single. When you own a company, when you are a boss, right? It is, if you ever took leadership class, I've taken leadership classes in college. If you ever take leadership classes, or if you go for training for your job and you're about to be the supervisor or the boss, or you're the owner or the CEO or whatever, right? The number one rule they tell you never break is to become too close, become good friends with your employees and the people who work for you or under you. The reason being is because if you need to correct them, reprimand them, fire them, it won't be a conflict of interest. It won't be like, dang, I can't fire him. That's my boy. I can't fire her. That's my homegirl. We play spades together. We go on cruises together. That's why they teach you don't do that, right? So let me tell you why God has you single in this season. It's because you a boss. And you like, okay, Shay, make the two make sense. Let me help it make sense for you. You are currently looking for, if you're a man, you're looking for a wife based off of where you are today. If you're a woman, you're waiting and desiring to be found based off where you are today. Today, you may not be a boss. Today, you may be an employee. Today, you may be unemployed. Shay, break that down. What do you mean? What I mean is, today, fellas, you may still have a little playboyish in you. You ain't ready for a wife. Today, you may still have yum yum that you can call up and she gonna always give it to you. Today, you may not be ready to take on the priesthood, the kingdomship of being a husband and a father and a lowercase L Lord of your household. So God is not gonna let you find her. You'll get peasants. You might even run up on a princess or two. But God is not going to release your queen to you until you boss up. What does boss up mean for you fellas? When you say to yourself, I am no longer going to look for, attract, or accept anything that is beneath what the Lord said I'm supposed to have. Boss up. Ladies, you may be in a situation where you like, I just want somebody to father my kids, or I need somebody with a good job because I don't make enough money, or I don't make no money, or I want somebody with a house because I got an apartment, or I want somebody with good credit because I got bad credit, or I want somebody with who's well endowed because I'm used to people who not being well endowed. You understand what I'm saying? Boss up, chick. Boss up. That doesn't necessarily mean, I want y'all to be like, because some of y'all may be like, Shay, I got all that. I got my own house. I made good money. I got good credit. Some of you fellas may be like, I don't deal with hood rats. I don't deal with chicken heads. I don't do all that. No. Catch me in the spirit. We're not talking about necessarily materialistic things. Although that is embodied in what I'm saying, the focus is spiritual. You can have it all. Right? What does it profit a man or woman to gain the world, have every materialistic thing you want, and still bust hell wide open? What does it profit you? What do you gain from that? What I'm trying to say to you is boss up in the spirit. Hashtag that. Boss up in the spirit. What that means is, you have to boss yourself, promote yourself. How do you promote yourself? How do we know that? Because some of y'all like, well, Shay, give me scripture, okay? Promotion comes from God. We always people want to take that to mean when God says something, don't put God in a box. He's not human. He was a human, Jesus, but God is not human. God is not even his name. God is his title. So don't put God in a box. When he said promotion comes from God, don't automatically assume that means, oh, he's going to give you promotion on your job. Baby, that also means promotion in your spirit. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So that means promotion spiritually. That's why yesterday I said every day you should strive to grow in God. You should strive to become more mature in God. And every single day you should become more mature and grow in the things of God. How do you grow in the things of God? You spend time with God. Should you read your Bible? Absolutely, you should. But until you grow to that point, talk to the man. Talk to him like he's a man. Talk to him. If you pissed off, sorry y'all, my nose is like running a little bit. Talk to him. I'm in Detroit and it's cold. Talk to him. Talk to him like he is a human. He understands. God said he is concerned with everything that concerns you. If male and your hair is bald and God is concerned about that because that concerns you, he want to talk to you about it. Well, what we going to do? We're going to get some hair implants. We're going to go bald. We're going to get a toupee. We're going to get that spray on. Wait, do y'all do Beijing on the front? What we going to do? God is concerned about everything that concerns you. Some of you going to get tax refunds. How do you, before you spend your tax money, ask God, how do I spend this tax money? Every year, you don't want to be in the same situation. Dang, next year I'm going to do better with my tax return. Don't do it. Here's a tip, y'all. Don't eat crab legs every day. Don't go give cows getting them. I was doing like some of y'all. Hard time. It wasn't nobody cooking, honey. We was going out to eat Sizzler, baby. Sizzler. Not really Sizzler, but I'm just using that as an example. But as you grow in God and you mature, you learn how to do things. Put some aside for a rainy day. You know, if you got children, absolutely boss up for your kids. Buy them kids shoes. Buy them kids clothes. Do this. Get hairs done. Do certain things. You know what I did for my children when I used to get tax returns? I would pay their hairdresser up. I would pay her up for like six hairdos. She would write me out because she did her hair in her house. I ain't gonna say her name. She'd do hair in her house, and she would write me and say Shay has paid X amount of dollars for her kids to get 6 hairdos. You know what I'm saying? Every time I would come, we would scratch one off. You know, do stuff like that, boss. You know, go to the nail shop and get yourself some coupons. So when you don't have the money to spend on that, you have it then. Put some money to the side. You may have a blowout this year. Your job may cut hours. Life happens. I'm not trying to tell you how to spend your money. Trust me, you earn that money. I don't care what nobody say. You overpaid the government. That is what tax refund is. You have made an overpayment and they're paying you back. Really, that's what it is. So you spend your money how you want to spend it. I'm just trying to give you some wisdom. But when it comes to being single, let's get back on that topic. The reason why, I feel like I need to lay down a little bit. The reason why some of us, because I'm single, some of us are single, is because there is a place that you have to be in order to meet the person God has for your life, right? And you like, well, where is that place? Only God knows where that place is. Like, let me give you an example, right? I'm getting ready to go to law school, right? Y'all all know the testimony. If you don't, go look at it yesterday. So I'm about to start law school. We believe in God. I'm going to get accepted. I'm going to start law school. Right now is not a good time for me to be married. It's not. Why? Because my attention, when you first meet somebody, I'm the type of woman, when I first meet somebody, all of my attention goes to him. Like, he get all of my time, my free time, all that, right? It is very different. If you ever been to college is one thing. Law school is a whole nother ball game. Any other higher education, it gets more difficult. That's the purpose. That's how come everybody don't have it. Everybody's not a PhD. Everybody doesn't have a master's. Everybody doesn't have an undergrad. Because it takes a lot. It's not so much that it's hard. It just takes discipline. I tell my daughter, who's now in school, college is not hard. It's really not. Professors want you to pass. I went to UNC Wilmington. They want you to pass. It just takes discipline. Discipline to go to school, discipline to pay attention, and discipline to retain information and regurgitate it out. What I mean by regurgitate it is to repeat it back the way they gave it to you on a test. That's all college is. You don't have. I'm not the smartest girl in the world, but I got 2 degrees. How do I have degrees? I had self-discipline. It's something that has to be taught. It has to be taught. I think I need to do a seminar on that. Like self-discipline. That's how you stay celibate. Self-discipline. Don't put yourself in situations that'll make you give up them draws if you're trying not to do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? But that's a topic for a whole nother day. So let's get back to this boss up thing. So when I say that, boss up, I mean that where you are right now may not be conducive, a good idea to have a mate in your life, right? Okay. I'm churchy, so I use a lot of church examples. Forgive me. Let's say you a pastor, right? And you just started this church, or you're new to pastoring. This may not be the right time for you to wife a woman. Or you just got a divorce. This may not be the time for you to date. It just may not be. Why? You ain't bossed up in the spirit yet. First of all, you need time to heal. That's number 1. Second of all, you need the church to get to know you. They need to know you before you come bringing in this little fine little Roni that you done met. You understand what I'm saying? And if you have been, let's say you've been pastoring for a long time and you've been pastoring the church for a while, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, 40 years, your wife is now passed or you've gotten a divorce, don't just throw her into the lion's den. Don't do that. Don't, I had a pastor one time who was interested in me. And if I date a pastor, I'm not going to his church. I'm not becoming a member. I'm not one of those women. I think that's stalkerish. I do. That's like going to somebody's house uninvited. I just don't do that. And so this particular pastor invited me to this church, and it was a smaller church, maybe 75 members. And of course, I'm the only one there that didn't know nobody, so I stood out and I said, well, what do you want me to say when they ask me? Because somebody gonna ask, who invited you? Who invited you? He said, tell him you're a good friend of the pastor. I said, I'm going to say I'm a good friend of the pastor, okay? All right, bet. So, sure enough, one of the mothers came up to me and said, hey, sister, how are you? So glad to have you. Who invited you? I said, oh, I'm a friend of the pastor. I didn't say good friend of the pastor. When I said I'm a friend of the pastor, her eyes booked open, looked at me, looked at the girl next to her who I didn't know happened to be her daughter. I got the backstory on it because the Lord will always give discernment. I'm not going to put the church out there like that. He had a little situation with the mother's daughter. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's like, and I only use church examples because I'm churched. I'm going to use church and flight attendant examples and legal examples because that's all I know. So it was a little situation there. Them people instantly did not like me. Instantly did not like me. I never went back. And I cut that relationship off quickly. Why? Because you put me in the lion's den and you lied to me. Now, this was a couple of years. This was years ago. This is nothing recent. But it carries over the same. So, one of the reasons why you probably crying at night or frustrated at night because you like men, not just women, men. Y'all, believe this or not, I've talked to a lot of men who are tired of being single. And you know what's crazy? We don't want to believe this. Men hate being single more than women. They'll never admit it. That's why when a man's wife passes or he gets a divorce, usually within a year he's remarried. And you'd be like, he had to have known that girl. He was cheating. Something, he could have just met her on Monday and married the girl on Friday. Because men do not like to be alone. And guess what? That's biblical. The Bible says it is not good for man to be alone. And if he's a man that's trying to do right by God, he don't want to be promiscuous. He don't want to be out there in the street. He don't want to be having women after women after women and sex after sex after sex. He wants to have that one somebody that he can be with. So I say this to you to encourage you and to encourage me. Where you are going, right? The person or persons that you tried to take with you were not qualified to go with you. A boss dates a boss. A boss marries a boss. And I'm not talking about necessarily in the natural. Catch me in the spirit. And if you have no idea what I'm talking about because you're not saved, you're not church, let me try to break it down. Be with somebody who's on your level. Because if not, you're going to have confusion. You're going to have arguments and disagreements. The Bible said when God gives you a blessing, he has no sorrow. And the gift comes without repentance. A wife is a gift to you, brother. Right now, you living off of grace and mercy. But a wife brings favor. There is favor you'll never obtain. There are blessings and doors you'll never walk in until you get a wife. That's because the Bible said, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Ladies, there's a level of security and protection and love you will never feel until he finds you. Because that's what a husband brings. Women need love. Men need respect. It's required. We equate love for respect. But men equate respect for love. I'm not telling you not to date. I'm not telling you that the person you with is not the one. What I am telling you is make sure you bossed up in the spirit. Don't look at that person and see where they are today. What's their vision? What's their dreams? What's their goals? Even if he could be working at McDonald's. She could be a stripper. Yes, I said it. Because some of y'all want to act like some people don't deserve happiness and love because you feel like they're beneath you. Like when I'm going to use Carly B as an example. Some of y'all got mad when Carly B got a man. Why? Why? Why you get mad? God loves Cardi B just like he loves you. Some of y'all got mad that Safari married Erica Mena. You're like, well, she was a hoe and she was this and she was that. But to him, you see the way I don't even watch Love and Hip Hop and stuff like that, but I saw some of the clips on Facebook. Did you see the way he looked at her on their wedding day? That man loved that woman. He don't care about her past. And some of you, I'm going to say it because I'm Shay and I'm going to be authentic to myself. Some of you who say, or not say, just some of you just evil. You just evil. You never smile. You use sex as a weapon. You think you the shiz naive. That's my version of cussing. I got that from Lil Strappy. You think you the shiz naive. Your doo-doo don't stink. Defecation. You just think, oh, and if he doesn't drive a Bentley, and if he doesn't make $200,000 a year, but you drive a Honda and you live in a housing project, but you want him to have a Bentley and 6 figures and an 800 credit score. You think God is okay with that? Am I saying you desiring that is wrong? Absolutely not. But what I'm saying is that can't be your driving motive. Fellas, You ain't off the hook. You want her to have this Coca-Cola body shape, big booty, flat stomach, big breasts, pretty face, real hair, real lashes. It can't be too long. It can't be too short. Sometimes you want her with makeup. Sometimes you want her natural. You want all this. But yeah, you bringing 6 baby mamas and 8 kids. Because 2 of them you don't claim. You see what I'm saying? So it's like boss up in the spirit. And you know what the Lord told me? When you begin to boss up in the spirit, that's when your paths will meet. Because although he that findeth a wife, right? Findeth doesn't necessarily mean you went out actively looking. You could be, I'll take an example. You in the grocery store, Walmart. You in the Walmart parking lot, right? And you find $20 on the ground. You didn't go to the Walmart thinking you're going to find $20 on the ground. But you happen to find $20 on the ground. You find it, right? That's how it's going to be when you find your wife. You're not necessarily going out looking for her. But your steps are ordered. So when your steps are ordered, you find her. You walk up on her. She literally, like that $20, appears out of nowhere. Ladies, patience. He coming. All men are not dogs. All good men are not taken. They're not. There are some good kings out here. There are some men out here who will look at you and cherish you, and it won't be for Facebook. It won't be for social media. You'll be in the house, can't keep him off of you. And it ain't because your poo nanny's so good. I mean, that's going to help. But that ain't going to be the reason. It's going to be because of you, your spirit, how you make him feel, how you clean that toilet bowl. Y'all know I'm big on that. I talk about that all the time. One of my greatest things I want my husband to say about me is, my baby keep my bathroom clean. When he lift that toilet to pee, I want him to be like, wow, I love Shay. I ain't never seen a toilet bowl this clean. Like, I just really like a real clean toilet bowl. Everybody has their thing. That's just me. I just really want him to be like, I love you so much, boo, that I make sure all your piss is off this toilet. Because, you know, being ain't right all the time. And so, sorry, y'all. Yesterday was so heavy, so I got to make it light today. So, I said all that to say this. Be encouraged. As I encourage you, I encourage myself. And as you keep walking, as you keep believing, as you do not lose faith in God, there is somebody for you. You ain't too fat. You ain't too skinny. You ain't too light. You ain't too dark. You ain't too broke. You ain't too rich. You ain't too educated. You ain't too uneducated. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about a woman. Those of you men, y'all know this to be true. A woman can take a man. I'll give you my own my personal example. My ex-husband, when I married him, he was a cashier at Panera Bread, making $7 an hour. When I married him, he had jacked up credit, came to live with me in my apartment. Didn't even have a place to stay. He had a Cadillac, because he's from Detroit. He had Cadillac. People in Detroit love Cadillacs. I don't know what that's all about. He had a Cadillac to his name. That's all he had. Maybe a couple of $1,000 in the bank, $2,000 or $3,000 in the bank. When I married him, when I divorced him, he was living in a $500,000 house, making 6 figures, a store manager for Verizon Wireless. A good woman, in the words of Bishop T.D. Jakes, can make corn when it ain't no milk. And you know how, when I also married him, he had a high school diploma. When I divorced him, he had a degree. Guess who helped him with them degrees? You understand what I'm saying? Because a good woman will see the potential. Now, ladies, don't be fooled. Don't be like, well, Shay said, you know, this will happen with her and I see the potential. You got to see the potential. You also got to see the drive, and you also got to see what's today. Is he okay with being a cashier for the rest of his life? Ain't nothing wrong with being a cashier for the rest of your life. But if that's not the type of lifestyle you want, the type of man you want, then that's not the man you settle for. Men, Just because she a stripper don't mean she can't be a good wife. You don't know why she became a stripper. You don't know if she a stripper because she's secretly taking classes to be a human resource manager. But because she under 25, they won't let her go independent, so she had to go on her parents' income, and they won't do it, or they make too much money, and she ain't got no other way to pay for it. Everybody a stripper ain't a hoe. Everybody a stripper ain't sleeping with the clientele. It's just what it is. Am I recommending that you go out and marry a stripper? No, I'm recommending that you go out and marry who God tell you to. Was it Rahab? Y'all preachers and ministers tell me, because I told y'all I don't claim to know all of the Bible. There was a woman in the Bible who was a straight up hoe. And she married. God had a man of God marry her. He married her. Because God does not call you what you've done. God does not see you where you are. God calls you who you will be, queen. Esther. If you don't know Esther, it's a woman. It's actually a whole book. And it was a woman in the Bible. She was minding her own business. And it was a woman named Vashti. I think that's how we say her name. Vashti or Vashti. I think it's Vashti. She was the queen. And the king, who was married to Vashti, asked her to come. I'm going to use our term so people understand. He asked her to come because he was so proud of his wife because she was beautiful, and flaunt his wife in front of the kingdom, right, in front of his friends, in front of his homies. It's like he was having a Super Bowl party, and he like, come your fine self up in here. And she like, no, I'm having my own Super Bowl party. I ain't coming. So she embarrassed him in front of all his homies. So he had her banished. You are no longer queen. Cause his homie was like, you the king, you gonna let her talk to you like that? Ladies, here's an example you learn from Vashti. Vashti. Never disrespect your man. And watch how you speak to him in front of other people. Remember I told you, he equates respect for love. Even if you gotta fuss him out, you smile, you whisper in his ear and say, we'll address this later. I love you though. You understand what I'm saying? You never, ever, ever, ever embarrass him in front of people. Especially as boys. Men don't handle that very well. And once you lose a man's respect, you lose his love. And when you lost his love, you lost him. And he'll come home to you every night. He might not even cheat on you. But he'll be so far from you, and you'll be like roommates. That's just an example. Now back to Esther, because I want to wrap this up. So Esther, okay, Tony, thank you. Oh, Gomer was her name. Okay. What you talking about? What you talking about? The prostitute? Gomer was the prostitute? Because I just know it was a story. Y'all have to go read it, just like I need to go read it. But I'm telling y'all the gist of it. So back on to, I know the story of Esther for sure. If you haven't seen the movie One Night with the King, it's a great movie. It's a story of Esther. It's a love story. They took creative liberties, but it's a really good love story. So, Esther was a girl, just me and her. I'm going to say she was like Shay. She just her own little world. She ain't trying to be extra. All the other women was like, they had to get all jeweled up and doing all this stuff. She like, I ain't going to be that way. I'm going to be me. I don't even want this position. I'm just here because they made me come, right? Because the king had to pick a queen. She spent one night with the king, and he fell in love with her. In the movie, it shows she read him poetry. Every other woman tried to dance before him and show her beauty. It's not what she did. She was herself, her authentic self. So I encourage you, because y'all know I always try to tell okay, thank you, Tony. I always try to tell my true testimony. Y'all know I went to go have plastic surgery. I went to have some butt injections done. And they were going to take the fat from my stomach, give me a flat stomach, and put it in my butt. Because I don't have a big booty, and I wanted a big booty. And when I was sitting there going through my consultation, the doctor said, the doctor left, and he was going to, to get the paperwork for me. And the Lord said to me, he said, I don't have a problem with you having surgery. I don't. My problem is your motive. Why do you want a big butt? So I asked you, why do you want to change the face of what God gave you? Why do you want a smaller nose? Why do you want bigger breasts? Why do you want a flatter stomach? Why do you want a bigger butt? Why do you want wider hips? And if you be honest with yourself, like I was honest with myself, it's because I told the Lord and myself, I only wanted it because society says that's what's beautiful. And I don't feel beautiful without it. That's maturity in God. And God said, like he told the woman at the well, the truth you have told. Now let me tell you something, daughter. I'm going to bring y'all in on a conversation I had with God. Your husband don't care about your lips, tips, and fingertips, and hips, and the size of your booty and the size of your breasts. He's going to find you very attractive. But it is your heart, your personality, and the way he can confide in you that makes him love you and find you the most beautiful woman in the world. So ladies, let me encourage you. Don't use your income tax to do nothing to your body. Your teeth, now that's totally different. You need teeth to eat your teeth, because I spend a lot of money in my teeth. Y'all know that. And part of the reason why I talk the way I talk is so y'all can't see some of the process I'm going through, because it is a process. I go back next week. Been going like every week. Bless Dr. Heavenly's heart. She's a great dentist. But to change your body to look like what society says is beautiful, I'm not talking about losing weight, because that's a health issue. If you 400 pounds and the doctor say you on diabetes and you on all these different medications and all this stuff, you may need to lose some weight. They ain't got nothing to do with a man. But if your sole purpose is to look like the girls in society and wear the clothes that they wear, your motive is wrong. And the type of man you'll get plenty of men, but you won't get the king. You might even run up on a Boaz. But like I told y'all before, Boaz only owns his property. The king owns the kingdom. Which one do you want? So, I'm telling you today, boss up in the spirit. That's my new hashtag, boss up in the spirit. Because when you boss up in the spirit, you see people and see things differently. You'll also attract. You ever say it to yourself, I keep attracting the same type of women. I keep attracting the same type of men. Because your spirit in the same place. Change your spirit. Juanita Bynum in her No More Sheets, is from like the 90s. It what made her famous. Her No More Sheets testimony sermon. She said, you know you've been delivered when thugs no longer want you. You know you've changed in the spirit when a certain type of men who used to approach you don't approach you no more. They go for men too. When you ain't boss up in the spirit. Shay, if you just came on this video, what do you mean by boss up in the spirit? Ask God to change you, because you can't change yourself. Ask God to change your vision and your thoughts and your appetite. Keep your legs closed. Everybody you date, you can't sleep with. You can't, boo. Because sometimes you get, I don't want to use the word, you get sexmatized, right? Because the sex so good to you. So what happens is, you get somebody, right? And they give you this freaky deaky, wonderful, great sex, right? It happened to me. I'm always telling y'all my business. It happened to me, right? Then when you get married, true story, the person you married to that you're married to in covenant with can't satisfy you, because you've been sexmatized by somebody who had a perversion spirit. So I had to pray the perversion spirit off of me. I did. Because the person my ex before my ex-husband, he did all kind of stuff. And I'll spare y'all details. Right? He did stuff I didn't know you could do. I didn't know the human body could do that, and that you were supposed to do that you could do that. And most of it probably was anti-God. I'm just going to keep it 100. However, I liked it. And I liked it a lot. So I put up with a lot of his crap. And then when I finally got delivered from him and I finally met my ex-husband and got married, he didn't do none of that. None of that. And I'm like, hold up. Something wrong with this picture. And I went to my pastor. My pastor was like, because you didn't allow somebody who wasn't supposed to be. You done been in bed with Satan, literally. And Satan don't play fair. So men, you too. Don't expect your wife to be a porn star. Now, if you manage to marry a porn star, kudos to you, brother. Kudos to you. But don't go into a marriage thinking she gonna be like Jane Doe you had. You got to pray them spirits off of you. Boss up in the spirit. That's another reason why you're not ready for marriage. It's levels to this thing. If you really want to make God, now if you just want anybody that's want to get married, delete this video, stop watching it, go on about your business and just get you somebody, get you booed up. But if you really want the person God has for you, there's levels and rules to this thing. Because if not, you're going to go in and mess up a good man or mess up a good woman. You have to, if you want somebody, and y'all know I try to talk as blunt as possible. If you want somebody, Hosea was the prophet. God told Gomer. Thank you for that, Tony. Thank you. Hosea. So y'all read that story. Hosea was a prophet, and God told him to marry a hoe. Her name was Gomer. Why God told her to marry her, I do not remember the story. So I guess that's my homework for this weekend. To in between work, I need to read the story of Hosea and why God told him to marry a prostitute. But you know what? I'm glad you brought that back up, because if you've been a hoe, if you're promiscuous, male or female, God still got somebody for you. I don't care what people think. I don't. It don't matter what people think. It matter what God knows. Do you hear what I say? So, boss up in the spirit. Get you somebody who is on the same level as you. I'm not talking about necessarily financially. Because like I told y'all, when I married my ex-husband, that joker was a cashier making minimum wage. When I divorced him, that joker was making 6 figures. His paychecks was income tax checks every 2 weeks. You heard me? And bonuses. He was a top seller. He sold so much as a top seller. We won an all-expense paid trip to Puerto Rico for a week. I kid y'all not. We stayed in the Ritz-Carlton. They gave us each $500 spending cash on a Visa debit card. Paid for all. We did everything. Snorkeling. Kirsten, some of my friends that's on my Facebook page, that's how I met them. Kristen and her husband, the Ramseys, Ray. That's how we met them. We met them on that trip because in their region, they were the top sellers for them. All expense paid trip to Puerto Rico because he was a top seller for his company. So my thing is, don't always look at that. Look at the potential. But above all, look at his spirit. What's his goals? What's his dreams? What's his visions? Because ladies, if he don't have no dream, no goal, no vision, how you gonna lead your family? Men, women don't have a hard time submitting. We don't. Submission comes easy. We're born to submit. But we can't submit if you don't know who you are and where you're going. I can't submit to you if I ask you, baby, how the light bill gonna get paid? I don't know. Baby, where the money at? I gambled it. You gambled it. Oh, okay. Baby, how we gonna pay? The car getting repossessed, honey. What happened to the money? I brought everybody in the hood some weed. Or we got, huh? So now the roles are reversed. She feel like she the head. God does things decent and in order. Don't look for no wife if you ain't bossed up in the spirit. Becoming a man of God of your house. You the king and priest of that castle. Let me tell you something. If you love her right, ain't nothing. Hear Shay, hear me in the spirit and hear me in the natural. Ain't nothing. I emphasize the word nothing in the spirit or the natural. In and out the bed, she won't do for you. With great honor and great pleasure. If your woman giving you a hard time, she don't want to give you none. If she making it difficult for you, it could be because you ain't bossed up in the spirit and she feel like she the head of the house. Change the atmosphere. Change it. Start by loving her right. You love her right, she'll submit easily. That's why we submit to God. God don't beat us upside our head. He don't cuss us out. He don't make us bow down to him. You know what he do? He loves us. No matter what we do, he keep loving us. And that's what makes us humble. And that's what makes us submit. Ladies, if you got a man that won't boss up, make him feel like a boss. You know how you make him feel like a boss if you already in a relationship? Men are ego-driven. They're like God. God is a jealous God. He had no other God before him. He likes his ego stroke. God has the heart of a man, right? When he do something small, make it a big deal. He always forget to take out the trash, right? On trash day. So you end up having to do it. And it pisses you off. Example, right? One day he come home and you be like, baby, you know what? Oh my gosh, I took out the trash and I know you normally do it. Even though he ain't did it in 6 months. I know you normally do it. And let me tell you something, boo. When I was up in here cooking this meal for you, I was thinking about how good you are to our family, how you get out here and work, how you deal with the stress of life, how you cover us in prayer. And baby, you just make life so much easier for me. Even when you just take out the trash, it just, ooh, daddy, just do something to me. I bet you that joker started taking that trash out. He'll take out trash on an empty bag. And you got anything you want to throw away? Give me that aluminum foil. It need to go out because you stroked his ego. Then stroke his flesh. I mean, I'm in my 40s, so I feel like I can say certain things if it's godly and it's gonna help you. That's what you gotta do. If ain't nothing, a man, you can get a man to do anything you want him to do. I know I'm telling y'all secrets. You can get a man to do anything you want him to do. You know how you get him to do anything you want him to do? The way you talk to him. The way you talk to him. Your facial expressions. Your eye contact. Your gentle touch. And your release of your yum-yum and not using it as a weapon. When you start using your yum-yum as a weapon, which is anti the Bible, because it don't belong just to you, it belongs to y'all. When you start using it as a weapon, that is the quickest way to lose your husband. The quickest way. The quickest way. I used to do it. I ain't giving him nothing. We go months. Months! Don't do nothing. I mean months. Months. Because I'm like, nope. I wish I would. Quickest way to get him out the door. Quickest way to get him out the door. Now, is that going to fireproof your marriage? Y'all seen that movie Fireproof? Or is that going to side chick proof your marriage? The only way to side chick proof your marriage, which means that there's no side chick enters your marriage, is he has a desire for it not to be a side chick. You could be the greatest woman in the world and he still cheat. Because that's a choice. He has to make a decision to say. The only way to keep a man faithful is if he want to be faithful. Same thing with a woman. The only way to keep a woman faithful is if she want to be faithful. It's not because you do or don't do something. But I'm going to tell you this. A way to keep a happy house is to do what I just told y'all. Okay? This is stuff, after I got divorced, I went a whole year, I wouldn't date or talk to nobody. And I stopped telling the Lord, well, this is what he did, and this is what he did. The Lord said, what you do? What about you? So I said, teach me how to be a good wife. Because I know you're going to give me a second chance at it. You're going to give me another shot. And the Lord, for 13 months, I didn't date, talk to no man, wouldn't answer no inboxes or nothing. And the Lord taught me how to be a good wife. And when this man get this here go thing, he going to be crazy about me. Y'all be like, that man is psycho about Shay. And the only reason why he is because the Lord taught me how to love him, to honor him, to respect him, to serve him, to submit to him, and to give up the yum-yum. Because sex comes from God. It doesn't come from Satan. So, that's all I wanted to share with y'all. I got to get ready to go. I hope y'all totally stop telling the secrets. Well, it is what it is. Somebody needs to know this, and I hope it helps you. And for those of you who are going to be super saved and be like, why Shay talk about this? I guarantee you probably single. Number one. And number two, if you're married, I'm sure if I was to put a camera in your house, your husband would be not so happy. Not so happy. You want to know how to love a person right? Go to God. He'll teach you everything because he's concerned about everything that concerns you. And if you're on the brink of divorce, if I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't be divorced. I wouldn't. Because I'd have made it work. I'd have did things right. I'd have did things different. And for those of you who are friends with my ex-husband, don't go sharing this on his page. I'm awesome. Ooh, look what Shay said, she wants you back. I don't. I truly don't. The woman he with is who he needs to be with. They make a good couple. They do, truly. We co-parent our daughter and everything, the three of us. That's not what I want. But I'm telling you, if I could do it over, because now I know different principles and different ways. But this next husband of mine, baby, and that's how you need to go into your next relationship. It didn't work, so what? Move on. God forgive you. People may not, but God will give you another chance if you want it. Learn from your mistakes. Fess up to what you did and ask God to heal you and to give you tools what to do. Ask God how to love the person. Study him. You know what makes me a good armor bearer and a good flight attendant? I study you. I study my pastor. I study my passengers. I anticipate your need before you even know you need it. I could tell my pastor had to go pee. She'll take her shoes off. Oh, pastor gotta go pee. I studied her. Like, why does when she take her shoes off, she normally want to go to the restroom. I could tell when she needed mint. She would scratch the side of her face. She'll go like this. Oh, she needed mint. It's just stuff like that. In a relationship, if he get quiet or he's somber or he's like, it just depends. Each man is different. I'm just using that as an example. You study your person, and how you study them, you stay in their face. Sometimes we done got so used to, good thing for video chatting, because you can actually see the person, but we done got so used to just, like, not studying our person. Study your mate. If you dating somebody, study them. So you know the good and the bad. You know the triggers. You know what makes them happy. You know what makes them sad. You know what, you know when something change on them. That's why when I'm going through something real bad, I don't talk to my mama. Why? She know my voice. I don't care how happy and bubbly I sound. She said, what's wrong with you? Nothing, Ma. You a lie. Okay, Mom, so this what happened. Because she studied me. She knows me. Know your mate the same way. And I promise you, if you begin to do that, if you're in a relationship already, it will astonish them. And your relationship will change. And for your future mate, it will make them love you more. Because it takes a lot to study somebody. It takes you care, you're concerned, you're unselfish. It's not all about me and my needs. Okay? I love y'all. Have a blessed day.